What does God the Father call Jesus? So many people do not believe Jesus is God, and they always ask me this question: does the Father acknowledge that Jesus is God? Or does he call him God? And my answer is yes. Now, if you do not believe that Jesus is God, I'm going to show you a Bible verse that clearly shows that the Father acknowledges that the Son is indeed God. And if you do not believe that Jesus is God after this video, I do not know what would convince you. So we see in the first chapter of Hebrews, verses 5 to 7.
For to which of the angels did God ever say, "You are my son, today I have become your father"? Or again, "I will be his father, and he will be my son"? And again, when God brings his firstborn into the world, he says, "Let all God's angels worship him." In speaking of the angels, he says, "He makes his angels spirits, and his servants flames of fire."
So we clearly see that God the Father is speaking. And we clearly see that Jesus is not an angel. And the next verse after this is a conversation between God the Father and God the Son. And we actually get to see what the Father calls the Son. Hebrews chapter 1, verses 8 to 9.
But about the Son, he says, "Your throne, O God, will last forever and ever. A scepter of justice will be the scepter of your kingdom. You have loved righteousness and hated wickedness. Therefore God, your God, has set you above your companions by anointing you with the oil of joy."
So in this verse, we see that the Father is speaking to Jesus. The word "he" in this verse is the Father, and the Father says to Jesus, "Your throne, O God, will last forever and ever." So in this verse, we clearly see that the Father calls Jesus God. But if we read even a little bit more into this chapter, it talks about how Jesus was the one who created everything. Hebrews chapter 1, verses 10 to 12.
He also says, "In the beginning, Lord, you laid the foundations of the earth, and the heavens are the work of your hands. They will perish, but you remain. They will all wear out like a garment. You will roll them up like a robe, like a garment they will be changed. But you remain the same, and your years will never end."
So from these verses, we clearly see that the Father is calling the Son, who is Jesus, God. So the next time someone says Jesus is not God, send them this video, because even the Father acknowledges that Jesus is indeed God.